Did the Federal Reserve cancel the recession last night? Well, in this video, we're going to have a little bit of a dive into where we're at, what we're doing, and what the market looks like, because the volatility isn't over just yet, folks. Thanks for being here. Welcome back to the Crypto Bliss Show. I'm Kiara Ducasse. Let's not waste even another second, guys. I'm going to dive straight into the content of this video. I have quite a bit to show you again today, and then I'm going to show you some of my trades and what I'm thinking about with those trades for now. So let us dive into the content. Well, straight to it. Prediction market: Kalshi sues US CFTC for denying its contracts for congressional elections. The CFTC denied a valid hedging option when it rebuffed a plan to offer event contracts for traders to bet on political outcomes, the company said. So basically, Kalshi has now sued the CFTC for basically disrupting that process. Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, geez, everybody's getting wild out here, pretty much suing the CFTC and the SEC at the moment. So they've got a lot of court cases that they'll be dealing with that's going to stifle them as well, and you know their how could I say it, their progression forward. So that will be very, very interesting. And as you can see, Bitcoin's 14% weekly gains signal end of an era as big tech dumps, analyst says. Bitcoin's advance this week coupled with gains across all digital asset sectors, highlighting the breadth of the crypto rally. So if you come and have a look, Bitcoin has had huge momentum up to 36,000. So the week-to-date performance: CoinDesk Market CMI sectors, computing is up 16%, currencies 13%, culture and entertainment 13%, smart contract 10%, digitization 7%, DeFi 7%. And that's all for October. So even the laggard decentralized finance DCF and digitization DTZ sectors were up over 7% this week, highlighting the breadth of the crypto rally. So crypto's October and big tech's demise. So Bitcoin moved over 4 standard deviations higher in this week. Bam! Okay, which is pretty cool, right? So Z-score, which is the S&P 500, is the darker gray, which is down here. So there could be some sort of decoupling, because as you can see here, we pretty much rode the same kind of patterns with one another. But here was when we started to really decouple, actually was back here in May, June, somewhere around there. Then the NASDAQ is the lighter gray. So those two are going down and Bitcoin is going up. So guys, decoupling possible, doesn't mean it is, but currently it is. So Bitcoin retakes 35K after FOMC as Solana's Sol leads sharp altcoin rally. The Federal Reserve pulled no surprises on Wednesday as it kept policy on hold, but promised a continued focus on bringing inflation to heel. The same story over and 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 boring over again. Guys, if you want to trade cryptocurrency with me, hit my Bitflex and my Bybit links down pinned in the comments of this video for you guys. You guys can come ahead and trade with me. You guys will get some awesome bonuses there, so make sure not to miss out on that opportunity. But basically, Fed Chair Powell said that the post-FOMC press conference that ran up in US Treasury yields have contributed to tightening financial conditions, but left the option open for additional rate hike if necessary. Fed's likely done after back-to-back holds keep rates at 22-year high, Edward Moyer, market analyst at Oanda, noted in a newsletter. The Fed did not rule out a rate increase in the coming months, but swap contracts showed traders weren't convinced. I agree here. Market participants now see a 74% probability that the Fed will leave rates at the current level in January, up from 59%, and could start cutting at around mid-2024, according to the CME Fed Watch tool. So we'll go and have a look at that in a little moment. But equities concluded the day sharply high, with S&P up 1.1%, tech heavy NASDAQ 100 gaining 1.5%, 10-year US Treasury yields buckled to 4.73%, down from near 5% earlier this week. So pretty interesting stuff that happened. And if you go and have a look here at the economic calendar and see what happened to us yesterday. Just want to make sure that this is yesterday. Oh no, this is today. So let's go and look at yesterday. So this is, as you guys can see, the last time the Fed paused rates after pumping rates was down here in 2019. So they kept it at 2.5% for a little while, and then they started to decrease rates. And that's why the investor sentiment is calling for the Fed not to continue to increase rates. And you can see that here, that we have now paused rates for kind of two sessions, last night and the previous one. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So November's rates were paused, September's rates were paused. So since July, we've been pausing, guys. Three sessions we have paused. It is very likely that it's time that we will start to see a turnover. You've never seen that. Look, this goes all the way back until 1982. So you haven't actually seen, after they've made a pump, every single time after they made a pump, they actually had to reduce it very, very quickly. Every single time, other than the latest one back there, which was in 2018, 2019. But that was, of course, because of C19 stuff. So, guys, I would say that I would agree with all the traders that are speaking there. The likelihood of them starting to decrease rates, at least they won't be increasing rates, is starting to become a lot higher. So let us go and look at the CME FedWatch tool, which means the next FOMC meeting. And as you guys can see here, the call is by 77.8% of people are not calling a rate hike and basically keeping it the same. 22% are keeping it, are expecting a raised interest rate hike. Now, I must be honest with you. They might say, well, fuck it. They're going to raise the rate. Boom, shoots up. And then from there, they're probably going to have to take some seriously fast action and then start to decrease the rates, guys. Because under current economic conditions, if they are pausing rates, that means that they can't actually, they're stuck. They're in a corner. They can't really make any moves right now. Their only move to make would be to either remain in the corner, crying or whatever they want to go and do, or to decrease rates. Because if they increase rates, guys, they are going to get huge, huge backlash from the economy, no doubt about it. And then that will be when they might break the economy. Okay, so I wanted to go and share this with you, the coin glass long to short ratio over the 24-hour time frame. The longs are about 132% up, shorts are about 131% up. As you guys can see, bearish is now 38%, bullish is only about 15%, very bullish is 8%, very bearish 18%. So you can see now that the sentiment is starting to move a little bit more bearish. So now this is the thing here that I wanted to say, because over the past 24 hours, the long positions are starting to increase again on Bitcoin. You don't see this line turning up, because if the line turns up, that means short positions are starting to increase. But because it's turning down into the green, they are starting to enter into more long positions. Now, what does that actually say to us? Well, if I look at this over 24-hour, because 24-hour gives us a little bit more of a more consistent reading. So right now you can see 50% of the market are bearish and just under 50% of the market are bullish. So we're pretty even Stevens at the moment. So if you look here, you can see that the shorts on the lower time frame are very little in comparison to the longs on the higher time frames over here. So I think that we will be heading higher for Bitcoin. It's undoubted, especially after if you look at the average here, I would just say it's about 50-50 on each side throughout all of these exchanges. People don't know how to respond and to really react, but they're expecting it to be much more bullish. Now, I want to go and show you, bearing in mind that we have the Bank of England interest rate decision. That's at 2 o'clock my time today. And then initial jobless claims from America. So we'll create an alert there so that we know for that one. And we'll actually create an alert here for the British one as well, so that we can make sure that those two are on our radar when they make some noise. So if you guys want, come to investing.com and do that. It's very affordable. Now, those two will make the market move today, undoubtedly. But the most important volatility move that we will see this week, probably more than what we saw yesterday, has got a lot to do with the non-farm payrolls, which are going to be coming out tomorrow at about 2:30. And then the unemployment rate, which will come out tomorrow as well. So those two things will make the market move. And then we have this, which is the S&P PMI. So that is going to make the market move. And then we also have the ISM manufacturing prices, which will also make the market move, guys. So as you guys can see, tomorrow will be a very, very high volatile day in the space again, and that will be there to close off the week. So maybe we get some sort of pullback. I don't know. But if we look at the Dixie chart, the Dixie actually had a blow off top here, creating a lower high. And if I just delete these blue lines here for you quickly, we had a blow off top here, and if I look at that, it's still now creating lower highs. So blow off top with the RSIs basically resetting itself and doing the exact same thing. If you guys can look there, the RSIs are basically doing the same thing at the moment. So that is looking, and especially because it created the gap, that is looking like very heavy resistance out of this area. There's a lot of selling pressure on the Dixie out here at this area, even though it looks as though somewhat it is creating some sort of W pattern here. That was a terrible drawing. A W pattern here. Okay. So even though it's creating that, I do see that there's a lot of resistance. We're creating lower highs and lower lows. So that for me tells me downward momentum pressure. Okay. I would like to know what you guys think down in the comments below for that. Now, I'd like to go and see the Bitcoin chart first, and then we'll have a look at Bitcoin dominance. Let's let these charts load again. Okay, so basically Bitcoin, as you guys can see here, made a huge pump yesterday. There was good volume that came into the market yesterday. And as you guys can see on my regular chart, see what's happening here. This is an ejection candle, guys. This is a shooting star candle. So that basically tells us that there is officially now some downward selling pressure. Although on the RSI, we still haven't made our move to the upside here. So for me, this could be a retest of this white box, which was our breakout, which we actually broke above, closed in volume above these high local highs over here, which tells me that we should be heading for a longer upside position. If you look at that, we closed just above it. Now, guys, shooting stars generally point to the downside, but maybe we just retest and then bounce off of this. I'd like to know what you guys think down below, because this for me tells me a little bit of a retest happening here. And then maybe we push to continue the rally to the upside to the 40K level. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think we're going up or do you think we're going down? Because this, I don't know, was it a fake out or I don't know. But the Fed announced that they will basically not do anything at the moment, which caused that rally to happen yesterday, and which essentially brings us to the Bitcoin dominance, which shows us that the Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame is actually pushing, it's reversing, it's pushing back up. Maybe there's a bit of resistance here because of this down sloping trend line with sell volume and sell pressure coming in, but the RSI is resetting, so we'll have to see what that does for the dominance over the next day or two. But yeah, guys, that's obviously a lot of things happening. Now, Ethereum, as you guys can see, Ethereum also broke out of this almost diamond pattern. I didn't complete the diamond pattern close here, although I probably should have for you guys, but the reason I didn't do that was because I was looking at something very, very different in the chart here on the 8-hour and the 4-hour. And what I was seeing is that we were testing this breakout. We were, push on these two candles. And in fact, if we look into the 4-hour, we were pushing, rejected, but we were then bought up down off the bottom end of this candle here. So this candle basically fiddled with both sides of the area. Are we going to get a huge sell-off on Ethereum here right now? I'm not sure. Well, let us go and have a look at this, because if I had to draw a line there, and if I had to draw a line here, okay, we're actually now looking at bearish divergence on the 4-hour on Ethereum, essentially. And that means that we could actually see a major crash right back down here to the 1700 level, maybe retest this zone before any action, guys. This pattern would then be starting to create something like Bitcoin's pattern, which is almost a flaggy type pattern. Okay. Now, the last chart I wanted to show you was the crypto market cap. The total market cap is, sure, guys, we've had this crazy rally up to this long downsloping trend resistance line. Okay. So like I said to you guys that we would get up to that point. Now that we're up at that point, we could do one of two things. We could have a rejection and pull back to this point here, find some support, and then try and attempt another breakout. If we do break out of this zone, guys, we're probably going to smash up to this level up here, pull back down to the zone, and then continue the rally to break through this with good, strong momentum to the upside of the pattern. That would be very, 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 very strong and healthy for all of the altcoins, okay? But for now, what I just wanted to share with you guys is that there is the potential and the possibility that we could also just continue to be rejected and then come back to the bottom end of this pattern. So we could basically be rejected, come back down to the bottom end of this pattern, try and make out, and essentially we would have to break out at the latest by March, mid-March next year of this pattern. So very, very close. We're about 5 months away minimum from an absolute altcoin season. There's no doubt about it. You guys can see that. I do believe that the favor is to break out to the top side more than to the bottom side. But if Bitcoin dominance starts to carry on pumping up, then what we'll see is this pull back here, guys. But so that will be very cautious for us to consider in the market and the space. But I want to go and share the Bitcoin and ETH relative performance versus gold. So Bitcoin year to date outperformed gold and peaked at 93% outperformance of gold. ETH at 39% outperformed gold. Then if you can see here, BTC and ETH relative performance versus gold in 23. This is the 30-day change. You can see the Bitcoin is the orange. ETH is the blue. So ETH is now kind of underperforming gold, and gold is starting to perform a bit better than ETH at the moment. And ETH is, but Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin is even better. It's digital gold, guys. Ethereum bull market correction drawdown. So as you can see, this was a 65% drawdown in the 2017 bull cycle, a 62% and 66% relative drawdown in 2020, and then a 40% drawdown in 44% drawdown over here in 23 and 26% most recently. Then the Bitcoin is a little bit different. If you look here, your max drawdown was 36%. Your max drawdown in 2020 was 62%. Your max drawdown has been about 20.1%. So Bitcoin has demonstrated increased resilience compared to prior cycles. As you can see, Bitcoin is getting stronger. Okay, that's what I've been trying to tell you guys in my videos for a long time. So I hope you guys are subscribed to the channel, because you would love the content that I bring to you guys. You can see I'm bringing you incredible cryptocurrency coins. Don't miss out on these opportunities to get into these cryptocurrencies and look at these with me. So the ETH BTC ratio, bull market correction drawdowns. The past 470 days, we've seen ETH draw down against Bitcoin. And maybe we are coming to the point where we would start to see a little bit of a push up in the next couple of months against Bitcoin. So that will be very interesting to see, because we need to, Ethereum will be that first altcoin that makes the rally against Bitcoin. So ETH BTC quarterly ratio, monthly and weekly price performance. As you can see, ETH BTC ratio is down at 0.52. So guys, that is very, very low for where we are right now. The ETH MVRV pricing bands, you can see, have bounced off nicely off of these lines here. And the 1x realized price is 1,475. So ETH could come down still a little bit. I'm not counting that in. So there is still uncertainty. If you see, the uncertainty periods are very high, between 225 and 246 days. We're only 89 days into uncertainty with ETH. Whereas initial recovery is 145, 178, and 278 days. So guys, there is a lot of stuff that is working. So investors' confidence is in trend. You can see that investors' confidence has actually been running sideways, but is slowly but surely increasing with some time. So the market altcoin season indicator saying that there's a risk on environment that's busy happening at the moment. The largest risk on signal duration since November 21, which was actually when we hit the highs over here. September, this was September, October, November. Yeah, the November 21 highs over here. So it's basically telling us that the risk is almost as the same as that. So BTC market cap is in orange. Altcoin M market cap is down, is at 20%. ETH market cap 16.9%, and stablecoin market cap at 9.5%, guys. So the market is, as you can see, stablecoins have been decreasing gradually. ETH has been remaining sideways. Altcoins have been decreasing gradually as well, but as you can see, Bitcoin has been increasing. This is the Bitcoin price, and then this is the Bitcoin market cap dominance. So up 53%, guys. It is continuing to pump. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. And as you guys can see here, the altcoin season has not yet started, guys, but we are soon starting to make our way back up, undoubtedly. So I would still give it a few months. But to be very honest with you, look at where we are right now. Get yourself on track to make sure that you will start to take some profits into Bitcoin, because now we're creating higher lows here and higher highs here. We are coming into altcoin season very soon, guys. Do not miss out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out for one moment of content that I bring you. Let's go and have a look at some of the trades that I was doing and what those look like after yesterday. So right now, as you guys can see, just hold on, my Bitcoin trade is 128% in profit. My Dogecoin trade is 40% in profit. My ETH trade is 10% in profit. My Matic is 72% in profit. My Shiba is 31% in profit. And my XRP is 147% in profit, guys. So look, my ETH trade is up. It's not the best of trades or the best of entries. And I will watch this closely today. Like I showed you, ETH is still showing signs of weakness in comparison to Bitcoin. So we may see continued downward pressure on Ethereum, as you can see, is kind of starting to happen already. So maybe it is a good time to start to take some profits. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. And in fact, because we've now hit 1, 2, 3 tops, I think it's actually a good idea. So let's close out. Even though we didn't make much on that Ethereum trade, we made 10%. That is okay. We made 10%, and that's good. So confirm, we'll close out 100% of the Ethereum trade. Thank you very much. There you go. We've now closed the Ethereum trade, and we closed in profit. So whether our profit is $1, $1 million, $10 million, it's irrelevant. We bank profit, and 10% profit is better than 0% profit, guys. So thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you. We will see what will be our next trade. I will let you guys know. I definitely am going to add another position to this trade, but I will readjust these trades as necessary, and we will take it from there. Much love. Please subscribe. Hit the links down below so that you guys can come and trade with me. Love you lots. We'll see you on the next one, beautiful souls. Have a blessed and beautiful day.